Hello, YouTube. Welcome to my channel, Marriage, Politics, and Sports. Today, again, we're on a swivel at the sports bar. Clarissa Shields. I like Clarissa Shields. I remember her as an Olympian. She won a gold medal in 2012. She was great. She's a great boxer. She went professional after several years, and she's making a lot of money. She's a great champion at 154 for women. It would have been really nice to see her fight Layla Ali at that weight. So Layla fought at like 159, 160. It would have been interesting because they definitely would have met up at weight class. So, but we'll never see a fight like that, and that would have been a great money fight for women. I got an issue though with Clarissa. I got a big issue with it. I think some of her issue is that she has no business, no respect, too much audacity to think that she could call out a championship level male fighter. It's a mockery of the sport. It's a mockery of the fact that there's a reason why we have a distinction between female sports and male sports. And we could make all kinds of analogy, but the thing that is really troublesome is that in the advent of feminism, where women used to crave to just be equal to men, now they really, really want superiority to men. And the fact that the issue with that is so broken and so backward that it's almost somewhat destroying society. Because the only freedoms women have in America in the West, or anywhere in the West, maybe almost anywhere in the world, is the freedoms that men provide. You could argue it, you could say anything what whether we're doing somebody a favor or not. The fact is, men love women, men defer to women, men want women to succeed for the most part, but we don't want you to take it and put it on steroids and get it twisted. Well, so now Clarissa has, I guess, crossed the Rubicon. And I'm going to show you a couple of clips. So Keith Thurman, first of all, he shouldn't even entertain this embarrassing request. He shouldn't even have entertained it, but he did. He's a gentleman. He said, "Listen, I'll put on big clown gloves. I'll put I only use my jab. I'll even let you wear headgear, and we can fight for an exhibition." Now, this shows you how naive he is. Clarissa wants to beat your ass. She wants to make a statement that she's as good as any male fighter. That's the statement she wants to make. She's going to come in there and try to throw haymakers and hurt you. And you're over here, you're going to play with her. If you're going to do that, don't get in the ring. Do not get in the ring. If you're not going to fight her like if she was a man, I don't want to see this shit. And neither does anybody else. If you're going to fight her in a fight, take her up on her offer and beat the shit out of her, just like she deserves. Because there's no woman who's supposed to even think that she could get in there with a male boxer at the same level, at the top of his game, and have a chance to actually beat him. And you need to show her, and you need to show the rest of the world that it's time to stop the madness. It's time to stop the madness in the backdrop of trans women destroying female sports. That's all we need to know. There's a woman who forever injured a woman in volleyball. There's trans men beating the hell out of women, trans women, whatever the hell, beating the hell out of women in MMA, right? There's all kinds of shit going on. There's the swimmer, he's 8 foot tall, and he's like, just clowning and marking all those female swimmers who spent their lives training for a chance to win a gold medal. And here he is, bigger lung capacity, taller, faster. And then he goes into their locker room, puts out a swinging Charlie and waves it in their face while they're trying to dress. And he has the administration and everybody else telling the women, suck it up. The guy feels like a woman, so it's okay. We need to put a stop to the madness. So if Clarissa Shields wants to put herself up as a woman who thinks she could be a man and beat a man, she needs to be taught a lesson. And the world needs to be taught a lesson. And you know what, Keith Thurman? There's a no-win situation for you, right? If you go in there and she hurts you and she beats you in some kind of fight, you will never get no real prize fights again. Nobody, you're going to lose so much respect that I don't think you comprehend what you're putting yourself up for. So you can't fight this woman unless you plan on beating her ass like you would for any man that goes in the ring against you. And so we're going to play some clips of Clarissa not wanting to accept the fact that he's trying to be a gentleman, saying, I'll wear big gloves, I'll only throw my jab, and I'll just hit you on the top of the head with your little, headgear on. And she's saying, nah, nah, look at me. I can take it. I'm just like a man, right? So let me show you some clips of her, being just like a man. Okay. And it's kind of distressing to see, a woman acting like this, but, she should get what she asked for, you know? So here goes. All right. So let's share that. Show me how many blows these guys are throwing back at her with ill intent.
There you go.
How much ill intent is going on here?
Good right hand.
Oh, let me stop it there. We have enough, right? Are you really impressed? Yeah, she can fight. Everybody knows she knows the skills of a boxer. Everybody knows that she can throw some blows. Everybody, I mean, this is not, something that we don't know. Okay. We know that she could fight. All right. Um, but were you impressed? Were you actually impressed by her sparring? How many of those guys try to knock her out? So in the backdrop of that, what I was gonna do is I was gonna show some Keith Thurman. All right. Let's just show a little bit of Keith Thurman in a few fights that he had and see if she could put up with the onslaught that this brother could put on a real fighter, a real male fighter. Oh, let me make sure I don't diminish her accomplishments as a woman boxer. I don't. As a woman boxer, she's par excellence, right? She has no equal right now in the world. Okay. But can she, as a female boxer, you know, beat, a man? All right. So let's go ahead and spin the tape and see what we got.
Toughest opponent to date. And early on, it looked to be ringing true.
Oh, Soto Caras comes back, and you underestimate Soto Caras in your own peril.
Though, grinding through the rounds, the American began to dominate as his power shone through.
And down goes Soto Caras!
Down in the fifth and over by 9, Thurman made the most of his time in the limelight.
One-time Thurman remains unbeaten!
Increasingly so.
Let me stop that there. Okay, so are we saying that we think that she could put up and show a good showing against a man throwing those kind of haymakers? I mean, do we really believe that? Is that something that we're supposed to believe that she could do? So look, here's some more.
And where Thurman avoided danger in his last fight, he fought fire with fire this time around.
Right hand, right arm!
Landing the heavier, cleaner shot, he managed to drop Guerrero in the ninth with a looping right uppercut. Bloodied and bruised, he showed his heart by last.
All right, so I mean, there's more. I mean, this is Keith Thurman. He's a world-class fighter. All right, so she wants to fight him at 154. Oh, which is cool. I'm sure he can handle it. But no, so this is another fight that he had, and let's just show.
And in a clash of styles that guaranteed drama from the offset, both fighters indeed brought their A game.
Thurman, known for his speed, his power, but he's not a one-trick pony. He can also box as he caught Porter with the right uppercut.
In a true all-action fight of the year display, both men had spells of success and adversity.
Heavy exchange on! Porter's knee buckled after that left, and the veteran holds on immediately.
Though arguably scoring the more clean, damaging shots, Thurman took the fight by 115 to 113.
All right. So just one more, just in case you didn't get it, right? Just in case you're hard-headed and, these are the greatest, these are some of the best fighters. That's his opposition. So his opposition is also world-class fighters.
He started the faster two, landing some offensive flurries, forcing Garcia to pick his shots on the back foot.
And he's fighting. Garcia is a champion in his own right.
However, with Garcia pushing back in the middle rounds, using his slight size advantage, the scoring drew closer late on. Appearing to cool down somewhat in the late rounds, Thurman seemed to have a clear idea that he was leading on the scorecards. Though much closer than anticipated, he won by split decision to become.
So let me just stop that right there. So, how much more proof does anybody really need when it comes to whether, she could fight and beat Keith Thurman in a real boxing match? Does anybody really believe that? Is it even worth, going through the motions? If we're talking about an exhibition, yeah, I still don't like the whole idea of a man and woman exhibition, but that's not what Claressa Shields wants. She wants a prize fight with prize fight money. And she wants to prove a point that she could fight men boxers. And she can't. She can't. Just like when Serena Williams went crazy when they told her that she couldn't beat the 75th best tennis player, even though she is the best woman in the world. And it's true. And McEnroe took a lot of shit for that. But the point really is, we should even stop trying to mix the genders. We're not the same. We're not equal in certain aspects of especially sports, especially where a strength and endurance and power has to be compared apples to apples. Women have no business, right? You could take the best all-star team from the WNBA, and I can take my 12 bench warmers across the NBA. And those 12 best bench warmers would decimate any team that WNBA can put up there. Any team they want. Any team they want. And everybody knows it. So we got to stop the madness. If Keith Thurman, if you fight this woman, you got to fight her as if she was a man. And you got to treat her like she's a man. And you got to knock her ass out like she's a man. And if you do or you don't, you're going to still lose one way or the other. So the best medicine is to not take the fight. That's the best medicine, because you can't go in there and clown with her, because nobody wants to see that. So if you want to raise money for charity, nobody's going to come see that, because they know you're not going to do anything. She's going to go ahead and, huff and puff and throw punches at you. You're going to jab and move around the ring. I don't want to see that shit. I'd rather you not do anything, right? Don't fight her. Do not fight her. Do not fall prey to the pressure or anything unless it's on your terms. So just a second. Unless it's on your terms. Well, anyway, R. Payne, Marriage, Politics, and Sports, over and out. All right, guys.